welcome back. Steve AZ711 here. Today, that 1977 Ford F250 there is going to get 2 new front brake lines. And this is what they look like. There's only one thing I like better than new car parts, and that's new tools. Anyway, first thing I'm going to do, pull that tire off the front there and give myself some more working room, drack it up, and get it braced real good. So I'll be right back. Okay, got the new hose here. Want to just check and see if it'll line up. And it looks like it'll plenty here to work with. Looks like it'll be fine. Get my arm out of the way. There we go. Yeah, it'll work. So I need to clean this top fitting up there a little bit more, and then I'll be ready to replace this line. Okay, before I get started, I want to put a piece of plastic over my brake fluid reservoir. And maybe the wind will give me a break. I put this plastic over the reservoir so that it would stop the siphoning effect when I take the brake line loose, and maybe I wouldn't have any dripping going on down there while I was attempting to remove the whole line. Actually, it worked very well. Okay, you need a 3/8 wrench for this fitting here. I have a 3/8 line wrench, but the spring that is protecting the brake line itself over the line there wouldn't allow my line wrench to go on, and so I end up having to go with a regular 3/8 wrench. Regular 3/8 fits over it really nice, and I'm checking it now for slop. There is some movement there, and I'll be able to take maybe 5/8. This is a 5/8 wrench here, and try and move it around a little bit to get it in there, but that was unsuccessful as well. Just not enough room to get the wrench in there to break this thing loose. But I tried. Okay, I grabbed a pair of pliers, and what I'm going to do here, after I skin my hand up a little bit, is take this clip loose, and that will allow the line more movement, and I'm hoping to be able to push the line down a little bit so I can get the 5/8 wrench on it. The clip still had a lot of grease on it. It's a Ford clip. Pretty nice clip, actually. Compared to the one they give you, I think the Ford was better. Okay, the 7/16 on the top and 5/8 on the bottom, I'm able to break it loose. There we go. Just enough to get it loose enough to where I can go down to the other end of the hose and loosen the fitting on the caliper. I was sure I was going to knock the camera over. I believe this one has 2 small gaskets on each side. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and take this one loose. Okay, there's a gasket right there. You can see the copper on the bolt head, and there should be another one right going into here. Okay, removing the bolt from the end, and when I got it out, the copper washer gasket fell off the other end down into the dirt. But I'm going to save it because the replacement washers are not as robust as the original stock ones. Okay, I'm going to put the new brake line on now, the end that goes into the caliper. I've got the bolt with one copper washer gasket on the top side and one on the bottom side there. It's going into the caliper, and I will finger tighten this in, and there will be no chance of cross-threading it at all.
You notice I took my gloves off.
I'm going to leave this finger tight and come back to it after I get the other end installed.
Okay, this clip needs to come off. I just use my little pry tool, bent over screwdriver. I just stick it in there and just pry it back. That'll bring it off far enough to get a pair of pliers on it. Where am I? Okay. Got it. Replacement clip. Original Ford. Makes me wonder which one I want to use.
I went ahead and unscrewed the old hose, forgot to push the record button on the camera. I brought the new hose up and tightened it on. I decided to use the old Ford clip. It just seemed a little bit tighter, nicer than the replacement one, even though they were both a little loose in there. I just went with the Ford, and I'll monitor it in my driving and every once in a while check it and see how it's holding up.
Okay, back around the front. I want to tighten this up. I'm going to want to check these and make sure they're not leaking, both ends. And that brake line is on there. This brake line is identical to the other side, so the two will interchange, and that's why I bought two of them, identical. I have to do the other side now, but it's basically the same as this side. I do believe the hardest part was scraping the grease off of the other end, at that other end there. And the rest of it was just pretty much disassembly and reassembly. Save your old parts. The crush, I'll call them crush washers. They're made out of copper. They these new ones here are not as thick as the old ones. I don't know if that'll make any difference or not, but I'm going to go and do the other side, then I'm going to start it up and check for leaks, and if I have no leaks I will say the job was well done. So this is Steve AZ711 saying hope all your brake jobs go well. I do thank you all for subscribing. I thank you for watching, and bye for now.